How's it going, everyone? Ooh, hold on. Got some background noise. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Up North Live. Joining me, as always, and my name is Jeff. Joining me, as always, is Isaac556-545. How we doing, man?
Doing well, doing well. Apologize to the audience. I'm going to be off camera this week, but happy to be here. Happy to, yeah, I know. Actually, not apologize. You're welcome. Maybe if they keep voting for it, this might be a regular thing, you know. But good to be here. So,
Yeah, no,
how
thanks
you
for
guys
joining.
doing? Yeah,
Doing good. And joining us as well is our special guest, Cody, East10 Outpost. How we doing, man? Thanks for joining us.
What's happening, gentlemen? I'm very glad to be on with you guys. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, yeah. Been following your stuff for quite a while, and we actually had the chance to meet up and hang out in Arizona at QuestCon, so that was phenomenal.
That was
Great
awesome.
time. I think everyone I've had as a guest so far, I've met out there, so it was a good way to really meet people. But
Yeah, that was actually my first conference. I know you've been to like quite a few of them, but that was my first one.
yeah.
So that was the first time I've gotten to meet you and a lot of other people in the community, and everybody's really freaking awesome. Like they're exactly who you would think they are in all the best ways. So yeah, it was an awesome experience.
Oh, for sure. So that was your first conference, and you were also right off the bat the MC.
Yeah, I dove into the deep end all the way.
I'd say so. Yeah. No, you did phenomenal.
Well, thank you.
Out there. Absolutely. No, you, Mike and Dave, Gary, Quarterblack Garrett, you guys all did phenomenal. Even Sean and you jumping in to help out with things. So that was a lot of fun.
Man, a lot of people really came together to make that an awesome event, and I appreciate Mike Collins giving me the opportunity to do it. And yeah, hopefully I did all right. I did a bunch of other stuff behind the scenes too. I was squirreling around the whole time doing audio shit and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I stayed busy and had a good time. It was cool.
I think you did all right. So anyways, for anyone that doesn't know, we got a few people in the chat. How's it going, guys? Nice to see ya. Got Nerd Slap, Mogwai. Dude, what's up, man? I guess I'm gonna say it again. I've been trying to get a hold of you. Either on X or your texts. I want to get a hold of you. Answer, please. We got Dr. Drees. What's up, Drees? Good to see you. And I don't know who that guy is. Sam A00-T. Welcome. Thank you all for being here. So for anyone that doesn't know, Cody, why don't you tell the folks a little bit about yourself?
Well, I've been at this for like 2.5 years, I guess. My channel is the East10 Outpost. This is the Outpost. Let's see. I guess my specialty thus far has been exploring the esoteric side of historical mysteries, right? And kind of some of the occult things that were going on in the past, and just in general the more mysterious and fantastical elements of our past. That's what fascinates me. So I like to have some fun with it, because I mean it is fun. History, like when I was in school, that's the class that I napped in. And my teacher, Mr. Chilton, he would make me sit like right in the front so he could kick me in the shin every time I started nodding off. He was a dick, but he was so boring, and his history lessons were so drab. I was like, you know what? I want to try and make it fun. So that's what I try and do with it. But from this point on, my content's going to be a little bit different, because 3 years ago, actually, I was like, you know what? I think I want to do some sort of content creation. I did in the past, and then when I started having kids, I took a break from that and just did the serious work grind and all that stuff. But the creative itch got going again, and I was like, you know what? I need to do something. So I was watching Explorers at the time, because that's always been my thing, is just being out in nature, exploring, being out in the woods. So I was watching a couple guys. Mike was one of them. Will was one of them, and they were just starting out, real low traction on their videos. It was before any of the Nazca stuff had started, and Will went down there. It was before any of that. And I was like, man, I could do this. Like these guys are around my age and they're just going out to ancient sites in the middle of nowhere exploring shit. I could do that. And so I'm like, okay. And I started, searching all the satellite imaging and stuff. And, I found a bunch of spots, but I found one spot in particular that really called to me. And we'll get into it more in a minute, but not a couple of weeks after I found that spot, I found out my fourth was on the way. So,
Oh, no kidding.
yeah, not a great time to run off to the jungle. So I put it on pause. I've made content in the meantime on, like I say, esoteric things, ancient history, symbology is another one I cover a lot, ancient symbology. But one of my favorites is definitely the elongated skulls, and we can get into that. But that's kind of what I've covered thus far, and from here on out, there will be some very serious exploration content, as well as then my East 10 Investigate series.
Good deal. Yeah, no, looking forward to diving into us all. And so I've always wondered about your skull back there, because that's awesome. I mean, you had it in your case, and
first thing that caught my eye too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Puka Uma is what I call her, which is Incan for redhead.
Okay.
So this is not real. This is not somebody's skull. I had an artist make this, and I had them put the red hair on there. There we go. You can see it better now.
Looks like Isaac's hair.
A lot of the
Incorrect.
And our boy Aaron, right? This is like his gam I've got sitting on my desk, like our Nephilim friend Aaron. But a lot of the elongated skulls have been found. A lot of the ones that seem to be natural have been found with red hair. So it was important to me that on my replica here that it had red hair, because that's I think a defining characteristic, and one that was actually introduced to our hominid gene pool through them. I don't think it's natural to us. I think it came from the Nephilim, or however you want to refer to the race of giants. They go by different names in every culture, so really you can pick whichever's best for you. But I think that's where the red hair comes from, is from them, and it was never natural in humans, which is why then with redheads, there's like a variety of things that come with that. Sensitivity to light, eye sensitivity, like there's a lot of difficulties to survival from a human perspective, in a way that makes it seem like that's not a natural combination to occur. And with it being a recessive as well, I think there's a lot of good indicators to show that it isn't natural to us, and is something that is adopted begrudgingly into our gene pool. And then I think that also plays back to cultural stigma that carries on, like, still to this day with redheads. Because I think there is an echo still of the earliest times where redheads were giant and would eat you. So,
yeah, no, that you mentioned, I do know a lot of redheads that are quite large in stature. So
fucking Aaron's like 6'5". That guy's
he is, yeah. I didn't know he was that tall when I met him.
God, a literal Nephilim. Like I joked about it, and then like I seen him, and I was like, "Nah, bro. Up. Like I'm not kidding. Like you probably are a Nephilim. Like,
yeah,
that's that real shit."
Yeah, no, shout out to Aaron. He was also your co-host on Breaking Ancient News.
That's right.
Dave, correct. I say you guys are coming back.
Dave. Yes. We took a break for a little bit. Aaron's been he's been cooking up some stuff in the lab that he'll drop on the world soon. I'll let him do that. You actually know what it is. You probably got to try some.
I did not get to try any, unfortunately.
Oh, but you do know.
I just missed that, but I do know exactly what you're talking about.
He's been cooking that into actual existence. It's moved out of just an idea that we all tried at Quest to something more legitimate. So there's my tease. But yeah, Aaron's been cooking, and that's okay. We're gonna come back this Sunday. because
Go
at the end of the
subscribe.
month, Aaron and Dave are going to be coming with me to the Yucatan. So,
Oh, I'm excited for that.
oh yeah, we got a lot of stuff we're cooking on together. So it's partners in crime.
Yeah, absolutely. So make sure you go subscribe to Breaking Ancient News. I should have pulled that one up, and go give Aaron some love too at Megalithic Mystery.
That's right. And David at
And of course,
Dave's
Dave's
Multiverse.
Yes.
Now just Dave's.
No, just
Flying it
Dave's.
solo. Well, he has.
It threw me off when I saw that happen. I had known that he changed it up.
He has a gal co-host on with him now, and I forget her name, but I met her the other day when I was on with Dave and Nikki Anna Jones. So
Nikki Anna's awesome.
she is, yeah, always so
with
nice.
her and Wandering Wolf last year, 2 years ago, whatever it was.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
that's such a chill couple of people that had to have been a great time.
It was a phenomenal first South American trip for sure.
Yeah. I haven't. Oh, I was going to say I haven't made it that far south yet. I'm excited to get down there. Where all did you go?
Down to Peru.
Okay,
We went to Peru on Wandering Wolf's first trip that he hosted. Him and Nikki Anna did it, and that's what I went down with there. Me and but big group of other people. Trish, I saw Trish was in the chat here. Yep, she was with us.
that's
My buddy
awesome.
Andy, that's usually another co-host on this show, and a bunch of other Forbidden Frontier crew and all that.
Yeah,
And just unbelievable. That whole place makes no sense that it exists.
I'm so
And,
excited.
dude. Yeah, well, I skipped past the Yucatan, went a little further, but you have your skull. I have the picture of the skull that I saw when I was down there. Whether it's real or not, I don't know. I mean, it looks.
That's wild. Okay,
Yeah.
but see, here's the thing. You can headboard, you can head bind, you can head wrap. There's a lot of ways that you can mess with the human skull, but what you cannot do is make more mass.
Exactly. And
You can't make it out of nowhere.
That's true. Yeah.
It's a lot bigger than a normal skull.
Yeah,
It's a
so you
lot
can reshape what's already there, but yeah, you can't add to it. It's not like your skeleton keeps growing or anything. So.
Well, so I have like a comically small head. Like it's not big for an adult man, but like even still, this I don't think you could stretch my head up to be this big and robust, right?
No.
I mean,
even the eye orbitals they look bigger.
Well,
But
that's
then
the
again,
thing.
maybe-
When you 1-to-1 it, it's really obvious that there is a lot more mass happening there. And that's the thing. You can look at examples of head binding all day, and it's super obvious that it was head binding. But I have yet to and I've talked to legitimate people like Elizabeth Weiss, who 10 out of 10 I recommend. I disagree with plenty of things she says, but she is an academic who is willing to actually have conversations. So 10 out of 10 I recommend Elizabeth. But she doesn't think there are naturally elongated skulls. She doesn't believe that.
Okay.
She has messed with many elongated skulls, but in her experience, she says she believes that every single one she has ever handled is the result of modification. However, that doesn't mean that everyone out there was kind of her caveat. Just the ones that she has personally gotten to handle and mess with. And there's a picture of her that she had as her profile picture for a long time, where she's holding an elongated skull, but it's a conical North American Indian elongated skull, and they just did very simple head binding. They did, some tribes would do the boarding, which would get you the more extreme shapes, but nothing's going to do what you just showed a picture of,
right? Or what you have in your background there. Like this one, I think this one looks more like it could have been a head binding, but it does also look bigger. I don't know. These were in the Coricancha Museum, but this one, it's missing that. What do you call it? That suture.
The sagittal suture.
Yes.
I got all the terms. This is the only thing I know any science about.
So that's weird. I mean, then they had all like they're doing like brain surgery.
Okay,
stuff
so
like that.
the sagittal suture, I've learned this. The sagittal suture can actually disappear as we get older.
Hmm.
It gets fainter as our plates fuse. That scar kind of goes away. And if you live long enough, it can go completely away. With that said, when you're looking at skulls that are not old age skulls, and they are severely elongated, and they're missing their sagittal suture, something there doesn't add up. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
The sagittal suture didn't just fuse quicker because people's lives were shorter back then. That's it. It operates on the same timeline no matter how long somebody lives, and it takes roughly 60 plus years for a sagittal suture to completely fuse. So when you're seeing a skull that has none, and it isn't an example of an old age skull, which most skulls are dated and will say right on the museum plaque, so you don't have to speculate. They've already dated them. Um, it's very telling, and I think that skulls like this that maybe aren't ridiculously huge, but
Mhm.
still have signs of being natural, like the Inca bone. Have you heard of that?
It sounds so familiar, but I can't place it.
There's a plate on the back of the skull that is found prominently in the Inca, and that's why it's called the Inca bone. But
Interesting.
it's basically an extra skull plate or cap that most people don't have. The naturally elongated skull people do have it, and a lot of the Inca have it. The Inca are well known for being a civilization that practiced elongation of the skull really, really heavily, specifically for royalty. That's another common running trend, is it's always the royalty. It denoted uh, kingship and royalty. And I think where you start seeing the head binding practice come in is the parents who wanted to help their kids get into a really nice college would just wrap their babies' heads, cheat on the application, wrap their babies' heads, and be like, maybe my wife had an affair with the king at some point. My kid's skull's elongated.
Makes
So
sense. I mean, yeah, you can just cheat the system for sure.
It's all so ubiquitously across every culture. South America, North America, head overseas to Europe, all in the Middle East, the Far East, even in Australia.
Yep.
Literally every inhabited place on our planet, skull elongation was happening, and it always denoted royalty.
Yep. Yeah,
So
I know they did it in Egypt for sure.
for sure,
Like,
yes.
and then like Debunking Dan was talking about up in Pacific Northwest.
Mhm.
That tribe of Indians up there, yeah.
Yes, so something really interesting that I just happened on that I think I'm gonna end up pursuing it further with Mound Lore. If you know Mound Lore, shout out to them on X.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him are gonna go put boots on the ground at Penn State this summer. Probably we'll get out there. In the archives, they've got a archaeologist's like journal from the 1800s documenting some wild shit. Huge elongated skulls he was finding in caves, all sorts of stuff. And that was up in the Mississippi Valley and heading out west. So that starts to bridge into the area that Dan was looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a hunch that some of the stuff we find will probably connect over to some of the research Dan was doing. So I'm excited to link up with him on that because, yeah, there's all over North America with mound culture, there was naturally elongated skulls in that culture. And then the Native Americans that we know today showed up, saw that these people way larger than them and very capable of doing and taking whatever they wanted from them. They had elongated skulls. So how do you blend in? Start, sticking boards on your baby's head, I guess. When in
That's
Rome.
one form of assimilation, I guess.
Yeah.
For sure. Really put some effort in. Yeah.
Dove into the
Yeah.
culture. I respect it.
Exactly.
Committed.
Back to the
Yep.
orange hair. Dries was asking, was the red hair something to do with the color change after death because of the sun? Because I have heard that before, but I don't know.
So the bleaching of the hair, right? That's popular. I'll be honest. Can that happen? Yes, for sure it can, but it's very rare. It requires very specific conditions for that to happen.
Okay.
And it can't happen on the ubiquitous level that we see it. However, that is often used by academia to, especially to wipe away red hair and fair skin in places where they don't want it to be, like Egypt, like the old kingdom. Like when you go way back, a lot of them had red hair, and they don't like that very much.
Interesting.
So they don't like to say that it was naturally red hair. They say that it was just the result of bleaching over time. But
Netflix told me otherwise, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They corrected it for us. We know now
Yeah.
how Cleopatra looked. And
Yep.
the case is rubber stamp it, send it, boys.
100%.
Yeah, Netflix also, their CEO can't explain why there's a high amount of certain category of child programming either in front of Congress. But
Okay, but
Yeah,
at the
very
same
true.
time, my headcanon is that the original Scorpion King that united Egypt looked exactly like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but in cheesy CGI form, not in regular,
mandatory.
only in
Just
crab
like
form.
William Wallace looked just like Mel Gibson in my headcanon. So
Yes,
I've just
factual
accepted it.
history. It is a documentary 1-to-1.
100%.
exactly.
Like I saw illegitimate scholars say, which of these documentaries do you prefer? And it was the Atlantis cartoon and the El Dorado cartoon.
My favorite documentary is personally Stargate, but that's a whole
Yeah,
other
okay.
thing.
Stargate,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yes, no, actually, yeah, I think that's soft disclosure. So
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
It is.
if I'm
Speaking of-
gonna put on my conspiracy,
We know what's
East10
under Cheyenne Mountain. They can't hide it forever. Okay.
Forever, yeah.
Okay, so I think it was Bob Lazar. Sorry, we're gonna get in the weeds. We did this.
all right.
Sorry, you ignited it. Now I'm gonna say it because
Hey, man.
it's so under talked about.
Let's go
Somebody,
for it.
and I'm pretty sure it was Bob Lazar. It was a guest on Rogan, an in the know whistleblower, not a government sanctioned whistleblower. Okay, and that's why I think it was Bob Lazar. But they said there is one UFO that is so large it cannot be retrieved. It's in another country, and they built a national landmark over it. Have you guys heard that?
I have not. No.
Okay.
I think I heard it today on Joe Rogan when he was talking to Raul.
Okay. So I need to watch that episode. I'm so freaking pumped for Raul. That was
Pillars
awesome.
of the Past. Pillars of the Past, Raul. He was just
Everybody
on
should
Joe
follow
Rogan.
him.
Episode just came out today.
Good dude, great content. Give that guy a follow for sure.
Mhm.
But it was definitely a guest on Rogan, and I want to say it was Bob Lazar, but they said that the UFO is so large that there's no way they could retrieve it. So they just built a national landmark in this country over it. I think it's the Sydney Opera House in Australia.
Oh, interesting.
Really? Okay.
I think sitting under the Sydney Opera House is a giant ass UFO.
Okay, I thought they were talking about the metallic tic tac shaped thing underneath the pyramids, or the
Rogan probably was.
what do you call
today.
it? I think that's what they were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I didn't hear about the other one though. I didn't hear.
The other one's from an episode a while back. I think
Okay.
I'm almost certain it's Bob Lazar's episode. And now that we're talking about it and I brought it up, I'm gonna find that fucking clip and share it with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can share it out under this
Yeah, I'd like to see
episode's
that too.
comments. But
100%.
it was a whistleblower, and like I say, the ship is so large, a national landmark was built under it. Nobody talks about that. Everybody sleeps on that, so I'm just putting it back out in the zeitgeist. We will reintroduce that, and yeah, there's probably UFOs sitting under a bunch of shit, Cheyenne Mountain included.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And in the Arctic as well. So
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
The Nazis are up there too.
up near
Okay.
Agartha.
Oh God, don't get me started. I digress.
We're gonna fall down that rabbit hole real quick.
Yeah, I've got a couple videos on my channel about it though. Everybody's welcome to go watch.
Nice.
They totally
Is that one
ran
on
off my
East10
part.
Investigates or main channel East10?
It's so on my East10 Investigates channel. That's just a side channel that
pull it
at
up,
some
Isaac.
point I will have dedicated
Yes.
content on, but for right now, it's behind. My main channel is at East10 Outpost. That's my handle everywhere across all of social media, just at East10 Outpost. And if you slap a .com on the end of that, I even have a website. It's not set up yet, but it exists.
Right there.
There we go. That's my main YouTube. And yeah, I covered the Nazi occult obsession and the Vril Society. And it's a very interesting story. It connects way back into deep history. And they were definitely doing some very serious stuff and knew exactly what they were doing with the occult things. And Maria Orsic, the occult queen herself, she disappeared without a trace. She was never found. So I don't know. Maybe there's something to the note she left where she said she went to Aldebaran, wherever the hell that is in the cosmos. That's where she said she was going. Maybe she did. Nobody ever found her.
I never knew about her. I was actually just listening to I don't know if you ever watched a YouTube channel, Camp Gagnon.
I haven't heard of it. No.
Okay.
I'll check it out.
Really good stuff. Just talks about there's that, and there's history camp, and there's religion camp. But he's a comedian. He's usually with that Schultz guy, that Schultz comedian.
Okay, Adam Schultz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's usually hanging out with him. But he has phenomenal videos, like 40-minute videos, just talking about figures in history and stuff like that. It's pretty neat stuff.
And he covered Maria Orsic.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's who it was.
Oh,
the mother of the occult.
Yeah, love. That's awesome. She is way appreciated.
The Russian chick that defected and whatever.
So
disappeared for 10 years.
There's Madame Blavatsky is another well-known. Yeah, so Madame Blavatsky is like often accredited for being one of the main people who reignited esotericism in the modern day. Okay. You have Madame Blavatsky, you have Manly Palmer Hall. There's certain key people in occult circles that in the early 1900s really kind of lit the fuse that is burning brighter than ever right now, well after their time. But they were very much bridges from very ancient lore, which had kind of gone very quiet and very underground in the Middle Ages, and then didn't really reappear publicly until Madame Blavatsky and characters like that in the early 1900s. So everybody who has done any sort of out there studying in the occult has them to thank for it, more likely than not. Because they kind of made it mainstream and accessible again. Okay. Secret societies aren't very forthcoming with their stuff, so
it was Helena Blavatsky. I was wrong.
Okay, yeah. She's dope. She's well worth covering, but Maria Orsic is too. Everybody should look into Maria Orsic or watch my video on her.
There you go.
Cheap plug.
Hey, it's all right.
She was a crazy interesting character.
I'm gonna have to check that out. It's gonna be a good watch tonight. Nice.
There you go.
So do you want me to dive into this Yucatan expedition I've got coming up at the end of the month?
Absolutely.
Okay. So like I mentioned a little bit ago, I found the spot 3 years ago, and it isn't just a spot. There's a magnetic anomaly scan that our government has done. Our tax dollars paid for it. So I was like, ooh, gonna use this. They've scanned all of North America and Central America. And basically just for magnetic anomalies.
Mm-hmm.
As you probably know, the ancients around the world liked to pay attention to those and build monuments on them. So I was thinking, like, what better way to coordinate what I think I see from satellite imaging with, some magnetic anomaly overlay. And if I think I see something from satellite image and it's on a magnetic anomaly, chances it's an undocumented ruin. So,
Yeah, I remember you sent me a few pictures.
oh yeah, you've seen it. Those I won't show publicly
Nope.
because they've got the coordinates on them.
Yep, that's what I was just looking at. I said, nah, I'm not going to bring that up.
No. That's why I didn't share those ones. But yeah, so I had found a bunch of sites, and then I like flicked my phone, and it landed on that one that you see, and I zoomed in. Sure as shit, you can see the top of the structure clear as day from satellite. I overlay the map. Boom. It's directly in the center of a magnetic anomaly, and the magnetic anomaly is like it's a round, acute anomaly. It's not like a lot of them are like these real just blobbish. The colors kind of spread out and intermingle randomly. Whatever hell that actually equates to with magnetism, I don't know. But on this one, you can see on the overlay picture that I sent you, it's a perfect anomaly, and this structure is right in the center of it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that got me really excited because that pretty much that confirms it there. So in the years since I found it, Google has drove one of their Google Earth cars down the nearest road by that site, which is like 10 miles away.
Okay.
And it's a dirt road that just goes along the side of the jungle. But I'll be damned if directly from the spot I found, drawing a straight line to that road, there isn't a rock-lined dirt path. A little skinny dirt path.
Really?
With big, head-sized rocks, decent-sized stones lining it. So very clearly the locals are aware of it and revere it. So I have all the coordination I need to know it is actually a site. Then the flip side is I've checked with archaeologists and people that I know on the inside of the academia field. And these coordinates are not at all on any archaeological radars. So it's a completely undocumented site. Only the locals know about it. I do not plan on revealing the coordinates publicly. I will reveal them. No, I will reveal them privately with to proper academic channels, along with I'm going to do some base surveying. Like the stuff that I can do, the measurements of the perimeter. I'm going to do some magnetic experiments, like with compasses and stuff.
Okay.
If there's anything that's surface visible, I can do rubbings. But nothing invasive or disturbing. But I want to be able to, I've been working with archaeologists privately so that I know how to properly survey and note take and make my standing with a west face, to the pyramid, blah blah blah, all of that shit, the jargon that they use. I've actually been trying to do my diligence and learn that over the last 3 years.
That's
awesome. Yeah, it's now I'm within striking distance. I'm less than a month out, and I found out right as I go to get my passport. I'm leaving the passport office. I'm walking back to my truck, checking X, and I found out that there's going to be a blood moon eclipse happening on March 3rd, right in the middle of my trip. So, you want me to get woo, Jeff? You about the woo? You guys here for the
Sometimes
woo?
I am.
Okay.
How about you, Isaac?
No, I'm
Isaac,
all in for that. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's
So-
get
Shaman, Jason.
into the
welcome.
lunacy a little bit.
Jason's added to the lunacy. So yeah, he's already in on my woo.
Nice.
So I reached out to all the sensitives that I know, guys like Jason, I'm gonna be dropping a new video hopefully at the end of this week. Oh God, it's already the end of this week, so I don't know, maybe soon. With Gal Calista, who's a very tuned in medium. Just all sorts of people that I know are tuned into the ether. I've seen it with my own eyes in various ways, and I've hit them up about this site. All of them have told me there is a divine feminine presence, essence at this site, and some of them have been able to even zoom in further and tell me that it's Ixchel. And this is exciting because they're the only.
It's what? Sorry to cut you off. It's what?
Ixchel. That's the Maya goddess of midwifery, Lady of the Rainbow. She's the goddess of water. In Maya mythology, she appears as both the fertile maiden and the scornful crone. She can appear in jaguar form and be death, as well as in her, like I say, pure maiden form, symbolizing life. So she's a very robust and very important and prominent Maya figure and deity. And what's interesting is there is an island that has the only known Maya shrine to Ixchel. Like she's referenced in steles elsewhere, but like the only dedicated place to Ixchel where Maya women would go and pilgrimage to is like on this island. And that's very unusual, because if you lived inland more, there's no way those, because the Maya wasn't an organized, conglomerate civilization. They were city states. So this city state up near the coast, like, they probably had their Ixchel monument, on this island. But there had to have been other ones elsewhere. Because she was way too prominent in the pantheon to not be elsewhere. So that would be very exciting to find one inland dedicated to Ixchel. That would be very historical, so that would be neat. But a number of mediums have confirmed that this place is definitely related to Ixchel, and her energy and her presence is there. So she is the moon goddess. That is her symbol. Okay. So I'm going to be there during the blood moon eclipse at a pyramid dedicated to Ixchel, the moon goddess. I'm going to perform an ancient Mayan ceremony, bro.
Have you ever seen the movie The Ruins or read the book?
I haven't, no.
Okay, maybe don't do it before you go.
Don't. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to be thinking about like, a secret cult of Maya like popping out of the ruins and ripping my heart out.
It's not the Maya you got to worry about. But like I said, don't read the book.
I'll watch after.
You can make now. I need to see that, Jeff. Send that to me.
Yes, you do, Isaac.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that. But I am going to document the whole thing. I'm gonna document the ritual that I do and everything. I've been studying for it super hard. Like it's not a joke to me at all. Like I feel super called to do it. This site called to me, it found me. And for 3 years, every single day, I'm ADHD as fuck. So there's a million things going through my brain all the time. There is one consistent thing always there, and it's this site. So I'm excited to get it out there. I'm going to perform one of the Maya kingship bloodletting rituals that their royalty would perform. I have a obsidian blade with a turquoise pommel that was sent to me randomly. Turquoise being Ixchel's stone and mine. I'm covered in it all the time. It's on my hat even. So there's a lot of synchronicity and really symbolic things for me and this site. So I feel very drawn to perform this ceremony. the Maya referred to blood as itz, ITZ,
Okay.
and that was your life essence. And so what the rulers would do is they would wear their hair, which I've been growing mine out. You see, it's a mess. They would wear their hair up in the top knot that they would like have captives in.
Mhm.
They would do that as an act of humility, to completely strip themselves of their kingship and wear the knot of a captive. And they would go up and they would bloodlet in a couple of different ways, some more extreme than others. They would some of the ways they would do it, they would take a you good with this? You want me to say this? Is your channel squeamish?
Well,
I'm
I am, but
okay.
that's not relevant to this. So keep going.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, no, this is stuff I had no
It's
idea
totally
about.
up to
I don't
Jeff.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, it's
I'm the
Okay.
squeamish one. I can deal with it though.
yeah, as long as you're not like blasting like your fingers off on the
No,
As
no,
long
no.
as you're not
No.
actually doing it on
No,
stream.
no. You
Yeah, I wouldn't
you won't get,
recommend doing it on stream.
you won't get to see any of it today. No, I'm sorry. But so they would have a shell, right? They would fill it with sacred copal, which is like a resin. And in the Popol Vuh, the copal is how Little Blood, the mother of the hero twins, that's how she tricks Blood Chief, her father, and escapes Xibalba, because she's supposed to be sacrificed when they find out she's pregnant with the hero twins. But the owls make a heart of copal resin to trick the lords of death. So copal is very important to the Maya, and they would burn it in a shell. And then the bloodletting could happen in a couple of different ways. They would pierce through their lip with a stingray barb, just right on through there, and then pull it out and just like let the blood drip into the burning copal, and they would waft that itz up to the heavens. The other way they would do is through the ear. That's the method I'm going with.
I was gonna say that I don't know if I'd be wanting to do anything like that.
The ear is the one I'm going to go with. I'm not
Okay.
using a stingray barb. I'm using an obsidian blade, which was historically acceptable. It didn't have to be a stingray barb. But so they would bleed their ear specifically to receive divine messages, which is what I feel called to do. So I'm going with that calling. It's also the most reasonable of the bloodletting methods. So because this last one, I'm not doing even if the goddess asks me to.
I think I know which one you're getting to.
They would take a stingray barb and they would pierce it right through the end of their dick.
Yep.
I choose death.
I choose death. Yeah.
You know
Yes.
what? Maybe not.
Yeah. So there's better ways to talk to goddesses than with a barb
Yeah, you
in your
can just pray or something.
yeah.
I'm with you, Dries. You got no hair, so you got to wear a wig.
I have all the hair. It's just hat hair right now. But yeah,
Hold on to it.
I'm not doing stingray barb in the dick, but obsidian blade to the ear does sound reasonable enough.
Dick.
And the ear bleeds a lot too. So
That's what I've heard. So it's a
Yeah.
lot of it's that Xchel will be getting from me, I guess.
Are you gonna have hemostatic at hand?
I don't know,
or-
man. Dave's a medic. Dave's a
Okay.
medic. I don't know. I'll be fine.
Keep him nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What's up, bro?
yeah. I even one of the sensitives I was talking to is like, oh no, you can't just like wear anything. Like you've gotta like have some linen shorts. So like I got like these linen shorts. So I'll just be like bleeding out on the top of a pyramid and basically boxers. I don't know, man. Consciously, rationally, my brain's like, oh, this is a dumb fucking idea. But I can't rationally explain like the call that I feel to do these things. And I actually have put in like an ungodly amount of sleepless time making sure that I do this correct and researching every in and out. Dude, I even I'm almost finished with it. I'll be posting pictures on my X tomorrow, but to carry my obsidian blade, I didn't want to like just go buy a sheath for it.
Mhm.
So I've got a buddy that does leather craft, and I had him give me instruction as I've done each step of it. So I've done 100% of it, and I'm making my own sheath for the obsidian blade to wear out there, because Ixchel, she has many houses and things that she oversees, and crafts and weaving is another one. She really likes when you do crafty shit for her. So I'm probably going to leave her the sheath.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, you gotta leave her stuff. I mean, my its is a nice offering, I think, but I'm gonna leave her some other stuff too. So there we go. That's the ridiculous shit that I have cooking up right now, Jeff. And I just got the Osmo 360. So it's freaking 8K full 360 footage. So I got all the hookups and mounts and everything for it. So I will have world-class footage of the entire expedition from start to finish.
Mhm.
Dave's going to be putting out stuff on it. Aaron's going to be putting out stuff on it. So there's going to be a lot of good content coming from it.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm excited for that. I remember when you mentioned it about a month or so ago, I'm like, I'd love to join you guys, but I can't swing it. I'm working 7 days a week right now, so this is my busy season is winter time, yeah. And I try to soak up as much as I can up until the snow starts melting.
Yeah, when you're in fields that you got to do that, you got to get it when the getting's good.
Mhm.
I'm trying to transition. I want to do the media thing full time. I want to be able to explore and document undocumented sites, full time. So this is kind of my my pilot to the world, if you will. Josh Gates, no offense, I grew up on Josh Gates, but he's old and he's fat now. The world needs a new Josh Gates. So
yeah, I still watch Expedition Unknown.
yeah, I do too, but he's still old and fat.
Yeah,
it's just sadder to watch.
We all get there eventually. I think.
I know. And someday I'll need to be replaced too. But for now, I'm 31, and Josh Gates needs to scoot his fat ass over a little bit.
That's probably why he's got that other Expedition X and all that stuff. He has the other
Jessica
people out there. I haven't really watched that a whole lot.
Dude, I don't know which one of the shows Josh Gates has that he has Jessica Chabot on, but he knew what he was doing. He knew he was getting old and fat, and he was like, I'll just hire Jessica Chabot.
Let me get a hot chicken here.
Yeah, done.
Not a bad plan, really.
Absolutely. No. I'm honestly like, I can't even hate, man. The guy's a genius on that move alone, which is why I gotta plug the guy even while I shit on him. I'm like, Josh Gates is great. I watch him. He's old and fat, still great. Guy's a fucking genius. He's a 5D chess player, and we're playing checkers.
Yeah.
He beat us to the Jessica.
Yeah, exactly.
We would all be famous.
Yeah, it's funny. I was watching an episode of Expedition Unknown, and he was in the UP of Michigan here, and he's like, Michigan's Upper Peninsula, the home of cheese curds, and what the locals are called are Yoopers. And I'm sitting there in my recliner eating cheese curds. I'm like, I'm like, what the hell's going on right now?
I feel really called out.
Yeah.
See, you don't need Josh Gates talking that shit to you, singling you out, Jeff. It's time we take his spot, though.
Yeah, but he didn't talk about any of the Michigan Copper, so
see, because he's softcore. Okay, and that is actually my problem with Josh Gates, is like he's really sanitized now. Because back in the day, like he used to be getting out there and like actually questioning things and like really making you wonder, and now he's like that softcore porn of mystery, and I don't like that. I'm not here for that. Like he completely staged a find out at, where was it, in Indiana Jones Last Crusade, when they go Petra, out in Petra. Josh Gates completely staged to find out there and put out these press releases like it was this big, breaking find. He put out this episode that was this, a grail-like cup actually found in Petra, because they found a cup that looks just like the grail.
Okay.
From the movie. So it was super sensational. It was fake as fuck. The cup was found a long time ago. And it was like in an area that's just kind of been sitting half excavated.
Mm-hmm.
And Expedition Unknown paid for like more excavation to happen so that they could just like be there and be like, we just discovered this. But like the reality is this site, like the hole they found the cup in was dug like 20 years ago.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah, just fake.
Even his most recent Egypt episode, or like, how did they move the blocks? And they had like a whole team of like sprinting up the log rolls and stuff like that. It's like, so you're telling me that people for every single block, 2.5 million blocks, just on the one pyramid.
Yeah.
You'll do 10 of them, and then you're like, I'm tired, boss.
Yeah. Well, that's like the archaeologists that are like, well, this stick is how they did the vases. And if you do this long enough, it'll make it perfect. And it's like, okay, fucking do it long enough. I'll wait. Do it long enough.
We touched on the vases last week with Will Brown from Incredible History, and I don't know. There's a lot of kind of infighting right now on what you call our alt archaeology. But there you go.
All I know is they pulled 60,000 of these out from under the step pyramid of Djoser. And 60,000 of them weren't faked and put in there in whatever 1920s or it was that the step pyramid was opened up. And all those were found. And Matt Bell has ones that are direct continuity from people who were there at the site and looted them off the site.
Okay.
And sold them into the antiquities market. Like the chain of custody is known to be from people who were there at the site and sold them into the antiquities market. Or like one of them comes from a Egyptian general is who the original owner was, who was again there at the site. So like I held them in my hand. When I went down to Florida to be on Limitless, I got to hold this exact one. I actually have a Christmas tree in the Beehive ancient vase. Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned, but I've got a bunch of these actually around here.
Ryan, I got my little one back here.
Hell yes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total. I have 9 total. I freaking love them. See, like this is actually what I started my channel with. Is I hit Matt Bell up because I was so perplexed by the vases. I hit Matt Bell up. I was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about starting a YouTube channel, and what I would like to start talking about is the vases." And I saw you just launched a channel, and your first episode came out. I watched it. I saw you live, and it happened to be while I was doing research. So I was wondering if there's any chance you would be willing to share any snippets of that research. And Matt was like, "Oh my gosh, yes, I would be happy to share it." And he sent me the entire 183-page scan doc. And I was like, what? Not only did this like incredibly busy CEO reply to me personally, he shared this document with me that like presumably he paid thousands of dollars to obtain.
Right.
And then is going to make his own content off of and just sends me the whole damn thing. Like I was blown away by his overwhelming kindness and generosity. So I have always been a super big fan of these and Matt Bell and pimping that guy and supporting him because he's just the raddest human ever. And the vases, I'm convinced that the vases are 100% the result of ancient machining Not every vase. Some of them are going to be fake. Some of them are going to be replicas or modern day. But just like the elongated skulls, I'll go ahead and set my two favorite anomalous things right here next to each other.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
real
So-
ones.
Is the idea that the vases were maybe like turned on a lathe, possibly, or
They were definitely
something?
lathed.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah.
It was so like some of them, like, oh god, I would have to totally unhook to go grab it, so I'm not gonna. But on some of them, on the insides, you can see machining patterns.
Yeah, turn
that
marks. Yeah.
yeah, turn marks that just they were 100% turned on a lathe. And now what really can't be explained is like the lugs, because you need like a 5-point axis lathe to be able to do the lugs. Like it's got to be
Right.
able, some fucking wild machining has to happen. This is the spinner, by the way.
Oh, that's the one that's got like very minimal ground contact.
Yeah, barely
Get that.
touches. It just like,
Yeah.
and it's perfectly balanced. And these things are heavy as hell. For anybody who hasn't held one, they are heavy.
Oh, granite. Aren't
And
they?
yeah, diorite, a bunch of them. I mean, they're made of all sorts of different things, but yeah, most of them are about a 7 on the Mohs scale in hardness, or more. So yeah, they're just wild. I mean, both of these, the elongated skulls and the vases, are both a subject of contention, but I would argue for anybody willing to put in, I'll say, as little as an hour of diligent research, you will find examples of anomalous vases and elongated skulls that cannot be explained in traditional academic reasoning, as far as elongation of the skull or the stick in the stones. That one really fucking gets me. The stick in the stones made this.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to do my own deep dive into the vases for sure, because I've listened to both sides of either claim on the real or fake, which I'm not agreeing with anyone on anything until I actually do my own diligence on it. But
That's the way to go.
yeah, because I mean, I know a lot of people that have differing views and might actually hold a grudge against each other about it, which I don't want to be
My
part of
man.
that stuff at all, you know.
The tridactyl debacle has made me realize, like, motherfuckers will absolutely hold a grudge over you over not having the identical viewpoint as they do about some obscure random ass ancient history thing. Like, I can't imagine if you were like, Cody, I get what you're saying, but I'm pretty sure there were no naturally elongated skull people ever. I think it was all cranial head minded. I can't imagine being like, you know what, Jeff? Fuck you. I hate you now. I hate you. I'm going to block you. We're not going to talk. We're not going to be friends. We were cool before. All of that, gonzo. You need to think these are real or bust, buddy. We got nothing here.
I don't like that. I mean, half the time that's why I don't even I really don't post a whole lot on X unless it's just promoting videos with other friends and stuff like that, because it's, I don't know, I just don't like arguing a whole lot, I guess.
Well, that's
I want to try to understand as much as I can between every single argument and make my own assumptions, and it might be an unpopular assumption, but then I'll just keep it to myself and share with people that I know have more of an open mind.
Well, the thing, I think, for anybody doing research shouldn't, unless your job is to be a fucking educator. Researcher's job isn't to educate, it's to research, right? That's what us lays get to do. We're not educators, we're researchers. So if you put in your diligence to a topic and you research it and you put out content on it, it's okay if the research you did is different than the research somebody else did. Mm-hmm. It's your research. It is your opinion-based piece that you're putting out there based off of what you looked into. Everybody's perspective is going to be different. And in any field, whether it's the vases, elongated skulls, tridactyls, whatever it is, you can hyper zoom in to all sorts of different niches within that topic. and form your own opinion based off a single niche. So like the sagittal suture thing, you could take that and run with just that alone. If you wanted to make the case for ones that are probably definitely head wrapped, but also missing the sagittal suture, you know, that's where I argue that like it's a genetic thing that was introduced from a near hominid. But like if you were just a straight laced academic, you could look into the clear signs of head wrapping and completely dismiss the sagittal suture. Just call it an anomaly because, you know, the research you were doing showed a particular result.
Or the volume inside the skull as well.
Right. So I think just like people get way too caught up in their research being gospel. And that bugs me. Like that it comes down to ego and shit, and people just think way too much of themselves, I think, too often. People need to be willing to have a laugh at themselves, not take themselves too damn seriously. It's why I have like a fictitious version of myself in my videos.
I like when you do those.
Well, I
27
think,
Club video. Yeah, that was great.
Because it shouldn't be taken too fucking seriously. I'm not a teacher. If you learn something from my videos, and I hope people do, good. But that's just my research. I don't want anybody to take me as gospel. At the end of all of my videos, I say, dive into all of this more on your own. I intentionally only cover things to a certain depth and then leave you with, please take it from here. Because I'm not trying to be gospel. So I don't know. The whole tridactyl thing has kind of shown me like motherfuckers really want their research to be gospel. And that sucks. Just have fun. Research things that you like. Share your research with other people. If people dig it, cool. If they don't, fucking cool too.
Yeah. Like if Isaac said he's voting for Kamala in 2028, like, you know, dude,
hey, you know, Jeff.
you know, that's
Somebody
fine.
has
I take
agree with
personal offense to this, Jeff. Even the allegation of such a thing, you know.
The ones of ones have to have their lady in, but I digress.
No, but I think you make a great point because a lot of people wrap up too much of their identity in the work that they do, whether it be their, you know, career or their hobbies.
Yeah.
And that's not good. You know, I just don't think that's a good idea. Your identity should be in, you know, speaking for myself, in God, in your relationship with your family, and your, you know, the real meaningful stuff.
Yep.
Like for instance, on Friday Night Tights, Gary, you know, he's had stories where he used to own a comic book shop. He said he's seen
shop.
He did, I think, in San Diego, San Francisco, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And he's seen grown men get in fist fights over arguments of superhero characters who would, you know, and it's like, you shouldn't be ruining friendships, potential really good relationships over fictitious stuff. And that's just an example. But, you know, when it comes to history and other stuff, you need to be able to agree to disagree and know that we can all be wrong in some degree. And I think that takes humility too. I think some people lack humility. So,
well, honestly, that's kind of why I've made esoteric teachings a reoccurring. Hi, Mrs. Jeff.
No, that's not Mrs. Jeff. It's Jeff's mother.
This is Jeff's mom. I don't know your last name, so she just had to be Mrs. Jeff.
No one knows my last name.
Mrs. Up North, Mama Up North. I've tried to make like the esoteric teachings a reoccurring theme on my channel, because a lot of those ancient teachings, if people would learn them in the modern day, would go a long way to strip back the ego, calm down, look at us all as, you know, one unified consciousness, right? Or if you want to look at it under a particular religious guise, we're all one being under God, right? We're all, however you want to retheme that to make it feel right for you, like it's reset in every religion. But the ancient teachings, you know, when you go all the way back to like Hermeticism and things like that, it really summarizes it, gets right to the point, And when you can really embody and look at things in those worldviews, it's a lot easier to just exist and be and let be. Like, and that's I used to be so high strung, and I mean I still am about plenty of things, but I've learned to let be a lot better, because of my research into ancient teachings and stuff, and just how important it is to know thyself and to worry about thyself more than you're worrying about other motherfuckers. So that's,
Well, it's like the serenity prayer, don't lose sleep over things you can't control, essentially, is the concept, and it's a good practice to implement in everyone's life. So
it's that same knowledge has been recoded and retextualized in every culture and every religion. And I follow the thread back as far as I could get it, and that's kind of where I dove in. And one day I would love to be a Templar. Like I love Scott Wolter and stuff.
I gotta talk to him still.
He's amazing. I have his number. He's a cool guy, and I like Scott.
I tried reaching out to him. He never got back to me.
Well, he's like a super boomer. Don't tell him I said that, but like,
oh, he watches the show all the time. He knows.
Oh God, sorry. All right, now you know. If you didn't know Scott, now you know. You're a boomer with electronics. I seen that guy trying to like share his screen and shit. I would have been just as bad, but yeah. Like Greg trying to share screens, bless his heart too. But yeah, Templar, like that whole order, it definitely appeals to me. And their rule is like, you don't have to be a particular religion, you just need to know source. So however you know source, cool beans. And most secret societies actually tend to be that way. You just have to know source somehow, and that's good enough, because the teachings that they teach, are what all modern religions drew from. So it doesn't really matter how you recontextualize it now. They're talking about the source material. So yeah, all that stuff really appeals to me, and I think there's a lot of lessons we could be taking from in the modern day, and just being less dicks overall.
Pretty much.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Rue is here. He says Isaac is drawing from his Wilson. That's
What's
why
up,
he's not
Rue?
on camera. Hope you're doing good, Rue.
I like Rue. I like my friends down under.
Oh yeah,
Man,
we got a few of them.
That's somewhere like I have wanted to go my whole life, but like now that I dabble in history, like I need to go to Australia. The oldest elongated skull ever found comes from Australia.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
13,000 years old.
No kidding. I had no idea about that.
And there's really ancient swastikas that the Aborigines were drawing some like 10,000 years ago. And I would like to document those because they're pictographs and, disappearing with time.
Yeah, well, it's only like a several thousand-year-old symbol that people are only familiar with from like 90 years ago and apply it to everything. And
yeah,
it's only been around for pretty much ever. And
So fun fact, that's the oldest symbol that we know humans were actually creating to be a symbol. They have found a 13,500-year-old carving on a mammoth tusk of a swastika.
Really? Wow, yes. I never knew that. Wow.
It is.
That's interesting.
So
I know the orientation has changed over time. Like it's been inverted and different angles of degree and such. But yeah.
So that's an intentional bastardization.
Yeah. Really? Okay.
So it's like the inverted cross.
Is it as I say, it's found in a bunch of old temples. Like, was it in India? And I think there was one on was it what's the one in Bolivia?
They're all over. In Turkey, they're all over.
Yeah. It's all over Asia, especially. Right?
All over Asia, Tibet. But they have it with the correct orientation. You'll never see it in a temple with the tilted orientation like the Nazis bastardized. They did that intentionally because in like left-hand path occultism, the domination over symbols and power and people, like that's the theme, right? Domination over instead of service to within.
So it's like the pagan perversion version
Right.
of it.
Yeah. 100. Yes, that's exactly
Yeah.
what it is. So like the Nazis were attempting to harness literally our most ancient symbol. It belongs to all of us. It does not matter what culture you came from, what part of the world you came from, your culture. Yes, anybody who's watching, your culture was using that symbol.
Absolutely. I'm looking at the site
I have
now.
a video on it, which I actually extensively got into. The swastika is 100%, in my opinion, a cosmic symbol. It is the Big Dipper and the rotation it takes around the North Star in the 4 seasons. So
yeah,
when you think about that, and if you just even look at the thumbnail of the video I did, the cosmic origins of the swastika, it's very easy to see that Ursula Major rotating the North Star during the 4 cardinal seasons makes the swastika. So essentially the swastika is the world's oldest calendar.
Wow. I'm going to have to watch that.
If you think, okay.
And depending, that symbol would have been universally known because no matter where in the world you were, you could look up and see Ursula Major rotating Polaris. So that it was literally just a calendar. It was a solar calendar. And then because of the cardinal points and seasons, there were things that came with that, like omens of good fortune, things like that, which you see being heavily related to it in like Indian culture and stuff. It's a sign of goodwill and good fortune, the swastika. And during the Bali celebrations is a huge part, and you'll see the swastika everywhere. And
they were showing even in floor tiles in parts of Asia. Like frames everywhere.
So up until 50 years ago, it was on highway signs around the U.S. in tribal lands.
Really? Okay.
Yep. Okay. It was I show them in my video, but if you just Google search right now U.S. interstate sign swastika, you'll find old highway signs that are within tribal nation lands. And they have the swastika on them. I think in the Cherokee lands they had the swastika. Down south in like Arizona, all throughout there they used the swastika. So there were a few places up until about 50 years ago where you could even see it driving around the U.S.
Wow.
Damn. Another symbol that I've noticed worldwide is like the swirl. Yeah, that's
also cosmic.
Yep. No, right. I've heard that's like Milky Way. Other people say it means Mother Earth. It's like, okay, well, which is it, sky or is it earthbound?
Are you talking about the swirl that a lot of Anglo-Saxons used to draw, like on their faces and stuff? And
they would. All sorts of people would. So. If you want to get me going about symbology, the oldest symbol we know of as being a confirmed unified symbol is the swastika, the unified 4-arm cross, which is most likely just the innards of the swastika. It's most likely still just denoting a cosmic calendar as well. But the equal arm cross, the swastika, and the swirl are the 3 oldest symbols that we know of humans consciously, artistically repeating, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
it is.
And
cool.
we still use them prominently today. But yeah, they are at their core, they're cosmic symbols. But as above, so below. You can find examples of them being repeated here on Earth, just as they are in the cosmos. The swirl you'll find in nature a lot. You'll find it in plants. You'll find it's the Fibonacci sequence, right? The swirl is natural in nature. So you see it naturally down here. You see it up in the cosmos. So just those symbols you see repeated all throughout every ancient culture, and I think it's wild. I want to get around and document a lot of the undocumented but written about pictographs that are in extremely remote and hard to get to places that people expeditioned out to in the early 1900s, late 1800s, haven't gotten pictures of, or at least no modern pictures, and nobody's been back in 100 years. My goal is to get around to a lot of those places.
That'd be cool. Following Percy Fawcett's steps, hopefully make it back.
Yeah, so it's funny you say following Percy Fawcett's steps. I literally had the exact boots that Percy Fawcett wore.
Those are nice. Yeah.
Made for me. They are
yeah.
World War I cavalry boots. And if they were good enough for Percy Fawcett, they're good enough for me.
Bring extra socks and underwear. That's that's my advice for your expedition.
Dude, I wore these boots. I broke in these boots at Quest, and I had only had them for a week. Bro, I stripped my fucking feet to the bone. And Aaron, oh my god, dude! If Aaron didn't buy me these fucking alpaca socks, there was a lady selling like alpaca fur stuff. If Aaron didn't come through with these alpaca socks for me, he's like, trust me. And I was like, no, that'll make it worse. And he was like, no, you're wrong. Just trust me. And so he gets me these alpaca socks. He's like, I bought them. You have to have them. They won't fit me. So I was like, fine, fuck you. I'll try them on.
Hey, don't dog the alpaca socks.
Dude,
the wool is the best stuff. Yeah.
Bro, I dogged the alpaca socks. I was wrong. I am looking into the camera on record. I was fucking wrong. The alpaca socks are great.
Oh. Dude, I had Carolina loggers boots, and my feet were bloody from breaking those in.
Yeah. No, mine were actually bleeding.
Like a glove, but
yeah. I've worn these like in water, so they've actually like since like formed to my feet because I've like just completely let them be submerged on my feet and feel all nasty for a while. But I put in the time so that they could be ready, and my feet weren't bleeding when I go into the jungle with them. So
yeah, it's a good plan there.
Yeah. So I did the hard work at Quest, but just know I was standing up on stage with literally bleeding feet, introducing people.
I had no idea. You pulled it off well, man.
Thank you.
Ralph says there's. What's that? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was faking it till I made it.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna do. There are some spiral petroglyphs in the Sanilac Petroglyphs Park in Michigan's Lower Peninsula. I've been there before. I posted something to my channel. Yeah, I have to you can pull that up. While we're waiting on that, get this picture here. I wanted to share quick.
Yeah, and what's wild about those symbols is they're like completely ubiquitous throughout the old world. So you either have to accept that cultures were completely connected back then and communicating with each other, or you have to accept that it was a symbol so readily prominent to every single person on earth that every single culture could actually independently come up with it. And cosmic symbols are the only things that fit that description. Yeah. Hey, is that me?
That is. That's your face you make when when your feet are bleeding.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh fuck. Yeah. Serious. That's. I had a blast though. I was like just so high, often good endorphins, being so happy. When I would get into the room at night and peel off my sock, then it would all like rush over me, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm in so much fucking pain."
I heard,
dude, it was so bad. It was so bad. And one night, I decided to walk with Dan Richards. We walked for like 20 fucking minutes, man, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, I'm in so much pain, but you're hanging out with Dan Richards. Don't be a little fucking pussy and be like, my feet are bleeding, Dan. I don't want to walk anymore.
I don't want to go for a walk.
Yeah, no. Dan was like, I'm going for a walk. And everybody else was like, fuck you. I'm going to drive. And I was like, I'll walk with you, Dan. I got no regrets. My feet do. Yeah, you've never seen the person with the tattoo, no regrets, but it's spelt wrong.
Regrets, yeah.
They fucking
no regrets,
tattoo,
eh?
The tattoo artist spelt it regrets. So that's what I say. No regrets.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's just sound. I sounded like I was Canadian though, didn't I? Like I was speaking your
I have
language.
no idea. No,
Like, what
I'm
are you
not
talking
Canadian.
about?
I'm not Canadian. So
Michiganders sound the same.
Yeah, these are the Sanilac petroglyphs that Ralph was talking about here.
Oh hell yeah!
You can see the spiral up here in the corner.
Yeah.
It's the biggest I can make it to where you can see everything.
I'm
Yeah,
just
these
super
are-
blind, so I've got to
These-
just stick my face in my computer.
Right. That's fine. According to the academics and mainstream archaeology in the state of Michigan, these are the only known petroglyphs in the state, which
Oh bullshit!
I mean,
Michigan's a incredibly dense. There's a fucking Stonehenge in Michigan. Bullshit. Those are the only petroglyphs.
right. Yeah, I actually did a video on Michigan, the quote unquote Michigan Stonehenge.
Oh, did you?
So I did. And a lot of those pictures and videos you see online, those are actually pictures of shipwrecks. So don't be clickbaited into it, even though the thumbnail to my video is shipwreck pictures.
So I did a short on it as well because they
Mhm.
came out with a story on it. I just did like a 1-minute news of the old world on it. God, like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago.
Mhm.
And at the time there was only one single picture, and it was a scan. It was it's like a sonar scan. They're actually intentionally evasive about it.
Oh yeah, and they won't tell anyone where it is.
No, which see, I have really mixed feelings. Like the conspiracy theorist in me says like everything's a conspiracy and they're always lying to us because there's like, super juicy stuff they don't want us to know about. But then also the realist in me says like, okay, yeah, they don't want people going and fucking up. There's a Stonehenge that's realistically only about 20 feet underwater. Like you can swim down to it.
Right.
So, because they have said that it's not very deep. And that's why they don't want to release it.
Mm-hmm.
And it would make sense that it's not very deep. But goddamn, even if it's 20 feet underwater,
yeah,
when you do the math on when the lake would have been, so it wasn't just sitting on the shore.
No, it was above water. I think. I knew the numbers. Maybe 14,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago.
Man, it would have had to have been a while ago.
Yeah, it's been about a month since I made it, so the dates have left my head. But what's the theme today? I'm laid in. Well, we're talking about the elongated skulls, Cody's adventure to the Yucatan. And right now, we've kind of jumped a little bit around the place, but right now we're talking about petroglyphs in Michigan.
We jumped the shark, boys. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one actual picture that was in when I was checking out the story a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
But so okay, I'm going down to South America with Graham Langdon to Acre, South America. We're going to document some earthworks that have only been LiDAR'd. They've never been documented from the ground, which I mean, you and I both know that's just going to look like hills from the ground, but still, nobody's like droned it or anything like that. So to get out there with a drone and be able to get footage on the ground and stuff will be neat. But my point in that was, while I'm down in Mexico and in South America, I'm going to poke into getting my diving license. Aaron already has his. We're going to start diving some of these areas and checking, 50, 60 feet offshore in some of these places where we know ancient civilization was happening. Because I think there's a lot to be found and documented. And Graham Hancock has really kind of shown us the proof positive that there is a lot going on out there in the waters, more than academia has time or the ability. It's not even malicious. I'm not trying to approach this in a malicious. Fucking underwater dives for academia are incredibly challenging, very expensive, very rare. So that's not even a conspiracy.
Right.
If you look into the reasons why that doesn't happen a lot, they're good reasons. So, but regardless, academia is not going to get to these things in our lifetime, most of them. And 100 years ago, guys with the fucking balls to go and do these things paved the way for academia. Literally.
Oh,
They
absolutely.
they literally, with their machetes, paved the way. They did the base ground surveys, like I'm going to go out and do in the Yucatan. They did the clearing, and then they said, "Here you go, take it from here." And that's what I want to do. I want to reignite, and it's obvious you've got guys like Raul out there doing it too. He just found a bunch of undocumented places in Peru not that long ago. So
Right. Exactly.
it's the proof positive is out there that if you have the balls to go do it, you can make amazing discoveries still, like the great men 100 years ago were doing. So I think I've got the balls to do it. I know some guys that have got the balls to do it, and we're going to go do it. And it starts in 22 days, but who's counting?
I wouldn't think you are, but I am.
No. Not by the second or anything. I walk into work every day, fucking skip it in there like, how many days? And I'm like, 22 motherfuckers.
Rue says get your diving license in the US before you go.
So I want to get it elsewhere because it's way cheaper.
Okay. Does well, if you get it elsewhere though, is it going to count in the US?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does. As long as it's in an internationally certified place. But
Okay.
my understanding is it's super easy to get it in Japan and Mexico.
Okay.
Like super easy. Like
Interesting.
you take a couple day course and pow, you are internationally certified. Which, you know, I'm not saying is the most robust or best way to go about it.
Right.
I'm just saying I'm going to do it the fucking cheap, dangerous way because I can. So
Just like getting a medical something done, surgery or something like that in Tijuana to save a few bucks.
Hey, I mean, $100 if I was dying and somebody was like, I mean, there's a dock in Tijuana, I'd be like, okay,
right,
let's go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go see the PADI instructor in Tijuana instead of the surgeon.
What else is? I'm a self-taught archaeologist, 50 years. I have a channel that discusses artifact collecting and a lot more. Yes, I will be having Ralph on this show in the future.
I will
here.
check out your channel, Ralph.
Yeah, go check him out.
I like that.
I will be having him on in the near future here.
So I'm trying to dive some cenotes.
Alec Baldwin's finger. Hail, man.
Hail.
Wearing your shirt. G bro. Hey bro. What's up? Sorry, you were saying.
The cenotes, yeah, like there's a bunch of undocumented cenotes all over Mexico and the Yucatan.
Okay.
And like the Maya thought those were direct gateways to Xibalba. So they'd just be tossing relics in there.
Okay.
They're just sitting down there. I don't want to fucking touch them. They're probably cursed, but
right, yeah.
You have no idea how fucking serious I take that shit. Like
I have a feeling you would. I mean, if you're going on top of a Mayan pyramid during a blood moon and cutting your ear,
bloodletting.
Bloodletting.
I do take occult things seriously. Like I like to speak in a more, you know, relaxed way about everything in general because I'm not a pretentious dick, but internally I do take the occult stuff super seriously. Yeah, that one definitely. But it's all going to be very interesting. We'll see what comes of it. But I think no matter what, some very incredible things are out there to be documented. And I've got the gear to do it now. I've got the buddies at my side to go with me, and we start rocking and rolling in 22 days.
No, I'm excited for you.
We need to get out there. You need to get out there,
yeah,
Jeff, with us sometime.
I do. I do.
No tourist shit. We gotta go off the path.
Off the grid. Yeah. No, I definitely need to get down and visit you. I gotta get down and visit Shaman, try to make that a whole trip.
Hell yes. The Southern Run. Come visit the dirty South. See, you Yankees up there don't know nothing about what we got going on.
Hey, not all
back.
Yankees are bad. I promise.
I didn't say y'all are bad, but y'all are Yanks. That's they out here because I come from California. I get all the shit, so don't worry. It feels good to give you guys some shit.
Hey,
Yeah. Works for me.
it's actually deserved, but
Yeah, all of it's fair and true. Everything
well
you say
earned.
about California is also accurate. I'm like this. That's why I fled.
There you go.
I've never been to California. I can only imagine. Yeah,
Save the money.
I have not either.
I don't need to visit that. That's one state. I'm good. I'm good.
Save the money. Oh well, shoot.
We're gonna start wrapping her. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I was just gonna say I appreciate you guys having me on, and it was awesome getting to talk to you guys.
Yeah, no, thanks for joining us. I meaning to get you on for a little bit, and then I was like, got a week where I can get them. So
Yep. Now we just got to get you on an expedition. I'm gonna have you on my show soon too. I don't do live. I'm not cool like you. I'm too boomer to know how to do live. Seriously, I don't even want to try and figure it out. It's that far over my head. So I pre-record, but I definitely do want to have you on to talk about Michigan copper. So
yeah, for sure. Anytime, just say the word.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you, gentlemen. Isaac, it was a pleasure getting to talk to you.
Nice to meet you, Cody. Thank you.
Yeah. Before you end her up here, what do you got coming up other than your trip? Anything else? Any videos you want to shout out quick? Any
I've got
special appearances?
Mysteries and Magic, which will be coming out for sure by the end of the month. Featuring Callista. She's a wonderful medium. She's A-OK on X. Anyway, all that's linked in the description, or will be. I'm going to be talking with Greg Little in 2 days from now, and him and I are going to be discussing a theory that I have on who the progenitor civilization was in Mesoamerica. It wasn't the Olmec. Who was it? I think I know. So stay tuned for that.
Looking forward to it.
We'll have Greg Little's expert opinion to either tell me how dumb I am or how brilliant this theory might be. We'll find out. It could be either. And then last but not least, you can catch me this Sunday and most Sundays on Breaking Ancient News. So find me at those places. And of course, as always, at East10 Outpost.
There you go, folks. If you didn't catch it in the stream here, the links for his channels will be down in the description of the video. And Isaac.
Jeff.
Where can people find you? What you got coming up?
I have two things I would like to promote, actually. Of course, always on YouTube and X. Culture War stuff. Check it out if you can. But I'd also like to promote, Jeff, you started a fundraiser. Did you not?
I wasn't going to bring it up tonight because
I just want to say
it's
pretty interesting. Yes, to get the actual Alec Baldwin's finger to meet the actual Alec Baldwin. So just want to bring attention to that. So I'm pretty eager to see if we can get that happen. But on that note, I'm going to be in the GCA Discord. Yes, I'm going to be in the GCA Discord right after this. We're watching what's the Live Die Repeat movie called with Tom Cruise?
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow. We're going to be watching that here in a few minutes in the GCA Discord. And so that's what I'll be up to. So thank you again, Cody, for joining us. And thank you again, Jeff, for hosting. Good stream.
Absolutely. Yeah, no. I want to thank you both for joining. I want to thank everyone in the chat, everyone that's popped in, everyone that's just hanging out, everyone that's going to watch this after it's posted. I want to thank you all so much. At 10:15 Central Time, I will be joining Jeff and Skeeter over on Suns and Shadows for the Stargate Files, talking about a couple of episodes from season 5.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and in the meantime, I just uploaded a video on my channel yesterday talking about the Ontonagon Boulder, which at one point it was the most famous, probably the most famous rock in the world. And now it's in the basement of the Smithsonian.
So, of course it is.
Right, yeah. So a lot of people would bring it back to the UP, bring it back to Ontonagon, So go check that out. It's gotten a lot of good coverage, or a lot of good views on it. So some good comments and stuff. So I tried something a little different with it. So we'll see how it goes in my format instead of just talking like this the whole time. I've been watching way too many Fat Electrician videos lately. So I'm like,
That's a great
fast forward 150 years, and then you come in, you know. I'm like, oh boy, people are gonna call me out on that, but oh well.
I think
it.
your stuff's been awesome.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Been
Your stuff's
killing it.
phenomenal. Yeah, you're doing a little bit better on the editing and stuff when you have your interviews. It's pretty cool how you have your TV.
Oh,
the old
thank you.
TV. That's phenomenal. I like that.
I try and do something a little different since I'm not live. It gives me the chance to play around, but man, it's a pitch in the editor.
Yeah, I put like 12 and a half hours into that 14-minute video that I uploaded.
Yes.
But I'll tell you what, it was that's fine. I can't afford an editor, and I'm very stubborn, and I like the way I do things for now.
Yes.
So until I get comfortable with someone else touching my stuff and until I can pay, whatever.
Well, and you do a great job, so it's worth the time output.
Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Well, stay curious, my friends. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
See you,
Absolutely.
everybody.
Thank you. We'll see you next time. We'll see everyone. We'll see everyone next time. Have a wonderful
Hit the
night.
button.
Hit the button.